At the launch of the high-level week of the UN General Assembly, the Secretary-General warned a room full of delegates that disagreements were a threat to world peace.
Geopolitical divisions are undermining international cooperation and limiting the capacity of the Security Council to take the necessary decisions.
World leaders were listening, and over the week they've echoed his calls for cooperation.
Today, I call on the international community to strengthen multilateralism in the area of health and to make progress in vaccine distribution equity.
This is Egypt's clarion call to all of humanity. Let us stand together to save ourselves before it's too late.
But the United Nations has become notorious for highlighting disagreements. This year, 3 Security Council resolutions have been vetoed and 5 have passed with abstentions. Analysts say doubts about the strength of multilateralism at the UN are nothing new.
In the 70s, people posed the same question. When we had tensions between the US and the Soviet Union, and there were folks worrying about, is the world even holding together? We fast forward to today, what if we see? The more things change, the more they stay the same. There's nothing about the current era that poses a challenge. International cooperation is always difficult.
President Joe Biden's speech was seen as a return to a belief in multilateralism by the US following the presidency of Donald Trump. Biden underlined US efforts to form alliances around the world.
We elevated the Quad partnership among Australia, India, Japan, and the United States to take on challenges ranging from health security to climate to emerging technologies. We're engaging with regional institutions from ASEAN to the African Union to the Organization of American States to focus on people's urgent needs.
But in China's speech to the General Assembly, President Xi Jinping called for the UN, where 193 member states sit equally in the General Assembly, to be the main forum for multilateralism. And analysts agree it remains the world's best option for reaching a global consensus.
The question is, if not that, then what, right? The G20 is very, very good about some things. It's been a remarkable source for collective action in response to the global economic crisis, right? However, when we've tried to talk about other issues, it hasn't exactly delivered.
The Secretary-General went into this year's General Assembly calling for a strengthening of global governance to ensure a United Nations fit for a new era. World leaders have certainly been saying the right words. It remains to be seen whether they'll follow through with the right actions. Sarah Walton, CGTN, New York.